Hello student, today again I will explain another video of class 8 science chapter number 12. The name of this chapter is friction. Okay, before I start explaining this chapter, please take out your notebook, pen and pencil to copy down the important portions and to draw the important diagrams. Okay, this frictions, okay, in the last chapter we already studied about the force and the pressure, right? And the second chapter of this physics, that is the friction. Okay, class 8 science, this is the friction. That is chapter number 12. Right, what is this friction? Before I start explaining this friction, just see this activity. Okay, when we rub these two surfaces, what will happen? It produces the heat, right? And this surface, this rubbing surface is produce the heat. This is also because of the friction, right? And what does it mean by the friction? The friction means the opposing force, an opposing force which is produced from the contact regions, okay, of the object to stop or to slow down the motion of an object. Say this is an object, this is okay, this is an object, now this is an object. Okay, this object, okay, starts moving in this direction, right? This ball is moving in this part, right? After moving some distance, or after covering some distance, this ball will stop, right? After covering some distance, this ball A will stop. Why this ball will stop after covering some distance? Because some force comes out from this ground, okay, from this contact region towards the motion of this object, right? Some forces comes out, okay, and this, with the help of this force, the motion of this force will be stopped or it slow down, okay. Because of that, this force, this object will, okay, cover some distance. After that, it will stop in here, okay. Then what is this force, this friction? The friction means an opposing force, okay. Friction means an opposing force which reduce the motion or which slow down the motion of any object, okay. Now look here, for this friction I will write in here definition, okay. Friction, an opposing force into play and opposing force, an opposing force called into play, when two surface is what? Contact with each other, contact with each other, contact with each other tends to slide, tend to slide relative to one another, relative to one another is called friction. Okay, in here I am giving this word explanation. This is an object, this object A, this is the ball, okay, this football, ball A, okay, this ball A, look at it, this contact with the ground. This is the ball, this is the ground, okay, this is the ground. these two objects, there is a ball and ground, are contact each other, right? Then the sum of the force which comes out, this sliding, or it comes out, okay, from this ground towards this object, right? To stop or to slow down the motion of the object, okay? And because of this force, the motion order of the object will be slowed down to order, it will stop, right? And this type of the force is known as the frictional force, or we can say that this is known as the friction. Okay, please copy down. Done? Okay. Next, causes of friction. Next is the causes of friction. Causes of friction. Look here. This is this one smooth rod, right? If we look, this is if we see that this water rod is like a very smooth, right? If we observe with the help of any magnifying glass, this smooth rod will look like this, okay? The same if we observe or if we see that this smooth object with the help of the magnifying glass, this object is look like this. That this is known as the irregularity surface. Irregularity surface. Okay. Due to the irregularity surface, what will happen? Okay. When an object will move this part, okay, the speed of the object will be fast. And from here to here, the object will be slowed down, okay, because of these portions, okay, the object is very difficult to move, okay. Because of that, some of the force will be comes out from this portion towards this area, okay. And this, with the help of this force, this opposing force, then the motion of the object will be slowed down to order stop, okay. And because of this, the friction will be comes out, okay. Now this is the motion, this is the force. It is caused due to the irregularities surface, okay, irregularity surface, okay, at the contact point of two objects. If the contact point of the two objects is irregularity, then the force of the friction will be comes out, okay. This is the one of the important causes of the force of the friction. Please copy down. Finish? Okay. Next. Next is the factor affecting the frictions. Factors affecting the friction. What are the frictions that affects the force of the frictions? Okay. What are factors that affect the force of the friction? Number one, it always opposes the direction of the motion. directions of the motion. Number 2, that is, it always opposes when an object is moved this side, okay, the force of the friction will come in the opposite direction of this object, okay, that is, it always opposes the direction of the motion. Next, number 2, it depends on the nature of the surface. Okay, if the surface is very small, if the surface is very smooth, then the force of the friction will be small, right? If the surface is very rough, then the force of the friction will be more. Next, number 3. It is independent from the area of contact point. Means the force of the friction does not, okay, depends on the area of the contact point, okay. If the area is larger or smaller, it does not depend, okay. The number 4, if the area is more, if the weight is more, the force of the friction will be more, okay. It depends on the weight of the object. That is, if an object is very heavy, then the force of the friction will be more and vice versa. Vice versa, that means if the object is very light, then the force of friction will be less. Okay. Now this depends on the weight of the object. Okay. If the weight of the object is heavy, then what will happen? The force of the friction will be more. Okay. If the weight of the object is very light, then the force of the friction will be very less. Okay. This is the 4, okay, that factor that affecting the friction. Let's copy down. Done. Okay. Next is the effects of the friction. Next is the effects of the friction. What are the effects of friction? Okay. Effects of friction. What are the effects of friction? The number 1, we already know that the friction is always oppose the motion, right? That is, it oppose the motion. That is, friction oppose the motion. Okay, opposes the motion. Number 2, that is what? When we rub our 2 plant, okay, what will happen? It produces what? Heat. That is feeling what? Warm, right? That is, it produces what? It produces heat. Number 3, friction causes wears and tears. You all know that the all this what tires of the automobiles is totally this what smooth. Why? All the rough surface of the tire will be wears out. Okay, that is also what the effect of the friction. Okay, that is friction causes wear and tear. These are the most important, these are three most important effects of the friction. Okay, then students, please watch this video till end. If you have any doubt or any confusion, let me know. Okay, and I'm explaining this the first one of the most important part only. Okay, what are the friction? Okay, what is its causes? Okay, and what are the effects of the friction and what are the effects of the friction? Okay, that's all for today. Okay, please watch this video carefully. If you have any doubt, let me know. Okay, thank you and have a nice day. Bye bye.